As the evening sky unfurls its tapestry of deepest indigo, threaded with the first shy stars like scattered pearls on velvet, settle into the quiet haven of this moment. Let your gaze drift softly, your breath a gentle tide, in and out, carrying the subtle scent of pine needles warmed by a distant hearth, and the faint grounding touch of earth beneath your form. This is our sanctuary tonight, a woodland whispered into being, where every shadow cradles light, and the heart learns the art of unhurried surrender. Deep within this ancient grove, where oaks stand as timeless elders, their bark etched with the patient strokes of wind and rain, nests a family of owls in the crook of a great sheltering branch. Among them is little Lyra, a fledgling whose downy feathers gleam like moonlight on fresh snow, pale and plush, soft as the inner curve of a nautilus shell. Her world is one of velvet hush, the sway of leaves overhead releasing a murmur like silk against skin, the air laced with the warm, nutty aroma of acorns nestled in leaf litter below. Lyra's days unfold in slow, curious blinks, her talons curling into the nest's woven cradle of twigs and moss, yielding and fragrant with the damp kiss of morning dew. One golden afternoon, as sunlight filters through the canopy in lazy streams of amber and rose, a warmth stirs in the underbrush, not fierce, but a natural sigh of the earth renewing itself. The forest exhales in soft waves of light and shadow, the air growing thick with the subtle, smoky veil of transformation, like incense from an old wise fire. Leaves curl gently at the edges, releasing their essence in whispers of caramelized green and wild thyme, while the ground below warms to a tender embrace, plush and forgiving under paw or wing. Lyra, nestled secure, feels this shift as a lullaby's deepening hum, her small body rising and falling with the rhythm of the grove's quiet breath. In this unfolding, allow your own form to mirror the earth's gentle yield. Breathe in the imagined warmth, and with each outbreath, let any lingering tightness dissolve like dew under sun's kind gaze. Feel your shoulders soften, your fingers uncurl, sinking deeper into the bed's welcoming hold. As twilight weaves its silken threads, painting the treetops in hues of bruised plum and glowing ember, a wanderer of the woods draws near. Soren, the gentle stag, with antlers like branches of a winter willow, polished smooth by seasons of rain. His coat, a cascade of tawny silk, dappled with flecks of gold, catches the fading light, and his steps through the bracken are measured sighs, each hoof pressing into the forest floor's loamy bed, scented with the rich, fertile tang of turned soil and blooming nightshade. Soren moves not with purpose sharp as a thorn, but with the flow of a river finding its way, unrushed, attuned to the grove's subtle song. He pauses at the oak's base, nostrils flaring to the air's deepening perfume, a blend of smoldering sage and the sweet undernote of charred petals, soft as a memory half-dreamed. Above, Lyra's nest glows faintly in the half-light, her feathers ruffled by a breeze that carries the cool, clarifying whisper of upstream waters. The warmth encircles the tree now, a soft corona of glow, inviting release rather than resistance, the bark warming like a hand held to a lantern's flame, textured and reassuring. Soren lifts his head, his deep eyes pools of shadowed calm, sensing the fledgling's presence like a note held long in the evening's chorus. With a grace born of countless moons, Soren circles the trunk, his breath a steady vapor in the cooling air, mingling with the faint, acrid bloom of transformation's edge. The undergrowth yields to him, ferns brushing his flanks with their feathery coolness, dew-kissed and alive. He lowers his head, antlers arching like a protective archway, and with the utmost tenderness nudges at the nest's edge, each touch a deliberate caress, loosening twigs that part like threads of a well-worn shawl. The air hums with the distant trill of crickets, a rhythmic cradle song, and the subtle crackle of embers settling into peace. Feel that same tenderness now, extending to your weary frame. With each breath, invite your jaw to loosen, your brow to smooth, as if unseen hands guide you toward a deeper, dreamier repose. Lyra stirs, her wide eyes, mirrors of liquid amber, meeting Soren's gaze across the dappled space. There is no flutter of alarm, only a quiet recognition, a shared pulse in the forest's vast, breathing heart. She extends a wing, scorched at the tips, yet feathered in resilient softness, the texture like velvet singed by a lover's candle, warm, not wounding. Soren inclines closer, his muzzle a gentle bridge, exhaling a breath scented with the wild mint of high meadows and the grounding depth of oak heartwood. One by one, he lifts her from the nest, her form light as a fallen petal on his broad back, nestling into the curve where shoulder meets spine, plush and steady as a down-filled pillow. Together they move through the grove's embrace, the warmth fading behind like a story told and released. The path ahead is a ribbon of moonlight over moss, cool and spongy under hoof, releasing puffs of earthy perfume with each step, clover's sweetness, the faint char of renewal, blending into night-blooming jasmine's sigh. Lyra's talons grip lightly, her body swaying in harmony with Soren's gait, a slow, hypnotic rock that echoes the sway of hammocks in summer breeze. Fireflies emerge, their lanterns pulsing in lazy orbits, casting flecks of gold on fur and feather alike, the air alive with their silent, glowing companionship. The forest floor here softens further, a carpet of pine needles and fallen blooms, their textures a mosaic of crunch and cushion, scented with resin's balsamic warmth and the crisp edge of impending rain. Soren pauses at a clearing ringed by birches, their trunks like pale sentinels etched in silver, leaves rustling in a zephyr that smells of clean water and distant lavender fields. He lowers himself to the ground with infinite care, the earth yielding like a lover's palm, and Lyra slides free, her wings unfolding in a tentative stretch, the air cool against her warmed plumage. Let this unfolding touch your spirit softly. Imagine your own wings, those of the day, folding now as you exhale fully, tension ebbing like tide to shore, your body a vessel adrift in waves of serene release. In the clearing's heart lies a basin of still water, fed by a spring that bubbles with the purest murmur, its surface a mirror of stars yet to fully awaken. The water's edge is fringed with reeds, slender and swaying, their tips brushing the liquid in whispers of silk on glass, releasing a fresh mineral tang that clears the mind like dawn's first light. Lyra dips her beak, sipping slowly, the coolness spreading through her like threads of moonlight, soothing and renewing. Soren stands sentinel nearby, his form a silhouette of quiet strength against the tree line, ears attuned to the night's velvet symphony, the hush of wings in distant flight, the soft patter of dew gathering on leaves. As the moon climbs higher, bathing the scene in a glow like spilled cream, Lyra preens her feathers, each stroke a ritual of care, beak gliding over down as smooth as river stones, the faint scent of scorched edges giving way to the clean, feathery essence beneath. The air cools further, wrapping them in a shawl of mist that rises from the spring, damp and fine as spider silk, carrying the subtle bloom of water lilies unfurling in hidden pools. Soren grazes on tender shoots nearby, their juices sweet and verdant on his tongue, the act a meditation in presence, grounding him to this pocket of profound peace. Hours blend like colors in a fading dusk, the clearing a womb of whispers where time loses its edges. Lyra hops to a low branch, her perch a cradle of lichened soft wood, textured like aged velvet, the bark's cool embrace inviting her to settle. Her eyes half close, breaths sinking with the spring's bubble, a slow, effervescent lullaby. Soren stands sentinel nearby, his form a silhouette of quiet strength against the tree line, ears attuned to the night's velvet symphony, the hush of wings in distant flight, the soft patter of dew gathering on leaves. As with every ripple on that mirrored surface, sense a similar ease in your own reflection. Let your eyelids weigh like petals in evening dew, your breaths deepen, drawing you nearer to the soft shore of sleep's endless wonder. As the stars wheel their ancient dance overhead, constellations emerging like stories etched in frost, the first hints of morning stir, a pale lavender blush on the horizon, soft as the lining of a dove's wing. The mist thickens briefly, then lifts in graceful veils, revealing the grove renewed, leaves glistening with condensation that smells of fresh ozone and wild rose, the ground a tapestry of dew-jeweled grass, plush and inviting. Lyra takes to the air in a tentative glide, her wings catching updrafts scented with pine and awakening earth, each beat a whisper of regained freedom, light as breath on water. Soren watches her ascent, his heart a steady drum in the quiet, then turns back toward the heart of the woods, his path a meander through ferns that brush his sides with cool, dewy fingers. The transformation behind them lingers not as scar, but as a gentle alchemy, the forest exhaling its old form, inhaling the new in cycles of endless grace. Lyra circles once, her shadow a fleeting caress over the clearing, before vanishing into the canopy's welcoming folds, where branches part like arms in reunion. And so, in this scorched unfolding of wings, a blaze tempered to glow, a rescue woven from trust's quiet threads, the woodland sighs into completion. All elements return to harmony, the waters murmur, the earth's embrace, the sky's vast starry hush. Now, as our whispers fade into the night's tender hold, carry this serenity inward. Let your body melt fully into the bed's profound support, each limb heavy with the sweetness of release. With every breath, drift further, wonders unfolding in dreams as gentle as dawn's first light. Sleep now, beloved listener, in peace's eternal arms.